Good morning. Welcome to the Mahwah Public Library. My name is Joan. I am your yoga instructor today for our chair yoga session, whether we're at home or we're here at the library. So let's get ourselves settled. Today we're going to start from the feet up. So sit with yourself as tucked back into your chair as possible. Let the edges of your toes line up with the edges of your feet line up with the edge of your block. Press into the big toe. Sit back in the chair, release the hands back a little bit so you can bring the shoulders down. Tuck the lumbar spine. And before we do anything, just do a breath in and out and ask yourself, how do I feel? What do I notice? As I just pause, see if you feel the weight is even through your feet. Notice if your hips feel level or one is higher than the other. Notice how your back is meeting the chair and if your shoulders are high. Notice if you have a little curl forward. Relax your jaw, your throat. Keep your teeth from touching each other. Relax that space around the eyes and bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Now, as you press your big toe into the mat or into your block, whichever is better for you, you press down, lift your other toes and just give a little space between each toe. Feel the ball of the foot and feel the weight from the ball of the foot to the base of the pinky toe. Evenly put your weight into your heels. Notice the arch of the foot. And as you do that, notice if there's an engagement in your jaw. See if you can release any tension that you're holding in the face, in the jaw, through the cheeks, center of the eyebrow. Now as you breathe in and you breathe out and you notice your hips, see if one hip feels higher than the other. And we're just going to gently rock a little bit from side to side, just to level out our sitting bones. And as you rock gently from side to side, and then you pause, see if it feels a little more balanced. Right hand to the left shoulder and then cross over, and now just rock into the back of the chair. And see if you can ease out that space between the shoulders. As you do this, notice if there's an action or reaction in your jaw or somewhere else in your body. Keep the breath moving. This will help to slow down the nervous system. So whatever it is you did before you started the class today, give yourself permission to just hit the delete button so you're fully present in the practice. Now as you breathe here and you come to center, you pause, you're going to open your arms and just stretch them out. Big stretch. Lean back and look up gently. And just use that back of the chair to massage that space between your shoulder blades. Bring your arms down so they're not creeping up to your shoulders. Relax your jaw. And now pause and roll your palms out to the side. And then bring the left hand up to the shoulder, right hand cross, and rock here. And just see if you've noticed just a little subtle change. Now some of your shoulders, as I'm looking at you, are a little high. So relax them down and away. Good. Now as you pause right here and you feel your feet, notice if the big toes lost their connection with the block and all of a sudden they're a little lighter. So you're going to just bring your feet, grounding them into the mat, shoulders back and down, elbows into the side, hands resting on the thigh, lifting up through the sternum, and gently come forward. Don't lead with your chin if you can avoid that, and come forward until you feel you can get a stretch through that lower back. And the minute you get a little twinge, you pause. And you take a few breaths here. And as you do that, pay attention to see if it engages or causes the jaw to clench. And then we inhale and you come back a little bit. And then you exhale and you see if you can move yourself a little more forward. See if you can go just a little bit more. See if you can release a little more through the lower spine, keeping your feet really grounding you down. My gaze is soft. So in yoga we call a soft, unfocused gaze a drishti. So we want to just feel like we're relaxing the muscles of the eyes. Exhale and then inhale. And again, you come forward and release. See if you can come a little more. Your hands will slide because now you're moving. And as you do, let your torso just rest right on your thighs. Let your hands come down. Let your head be an extension of the spine. And feel that stretch. Stretch your arms toward the mat. Wiggle your fingers. Roll your hands. Sweep one hand over. And with intention, when your arms come out to the side, inhale, lift up, roll the palms up. Inhale. Exhale, float down in your swan dive. Roll the palms. Feel like you're pushing up against the air, rotating the shoulders out, keeping your feet engaged. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, roll out, inhale, and again with intention, lift up. Exhale, slowly release. Slide your hands right up to the tops of the knees. Now your feet, your pelvic girdle, and your jaw have a direct correlation. So we want to see if we work with the feet, can we release something through the pelvic girdle and relax also the jaw? So you may have to move your blocks a little bit so you can bring the ball of your foot on the right and on the left, right to the edge of the block. And you're going to lift up and gently press down. Now when you press down, you're going to feel the stretch, but you want to keep the toes connected to the mat. Inhale, lift up, exhale, press down. And notice where your mouth is. Notice where the tongue is resting. Notice if the jaw is engaged. Notice if your eyes tighten. Pay attention to that line right straight through the jaw, but also through the ears. And you want to stretch through those feet right here, because when the fascia of the feet is tight, you have tightness in other places. Now I'm just going to pedal. One foot up and the other down. And pay attention to the jaw. Keep your gaze soft. And feel through your sitting bones. And see if you feel like you're evening it out a little bit. Press up, lean forward. Now I'm going to hold my forearms. And now just a little rocking here. I'm not collapsing. My head is up. I'm not lifting my chin. I'm just doing small, focused windshield wipers. I'm pressing into the ball of the foot. I'm feeling that balance from the ball of the foot, the big toe to the pinky toe. And then I pause and I bring it up. Good. Bring the heels. So the pressure point for the heels, the acupressure point for the heels is the pelvic girdle. So we want to open this up a little bit. Now remember, you have knee or hip replacement issues, injuries, you monitor. Good. I'm going to press down, roll the toes on the right, and then lift up and roll the toes into the front of the block if I can comfortably do it. So you may have to adjust so that the ball of the foot allows your toes to roll over the front. Notice if your posture begins to sink, so you want to keep your toes moving, your posture is tall, your breath even and relaxed. Now pause here, wiggle the toes. So I'm moving forward and back. Bring the soles of the feet together, breathe here, press the ball of the foot, take your hands and gently press. Now you're not forcing it. You want to keep as much contact with the foot as you can, the right to the left. Inhale, lift up, sit up. Now, little rocking, small and gentle. So you want to feel like you're in a boat, and it's just going with the current of the water, and your breath and your body is just moving, shifting gently side to side, going with the flow of the current of whatever is in your body, mind, heart, and spirit today, so that you can slow it down. Breathe. And then pause, bring your feet to the mat or to the block and your little tiny circle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reverse your circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when you sit yourself back into the chair and you adjust your blocks so that they're comfortably resting below your feet, lift that right foot up. Now, be mindful where the shoulders are so you don't want to curl and collapse. So you want to lift up and open the shoulders. Now these arms make it tough, so you do the best you can. Tuck the lumbar spine into the mat. When you tuck the lumbar spine, notice what happens to your jaw. Inhale, lift this right foot. Take a breath. In and out. And in and out. And in and out. Now we're going to kick it out, but you're not snapping the knee. So we're pressing out with intention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring it in. Keep that foot level. Twist to the right. Come back to center. Twist again. 2. Come back to center. 3. And bring it down and see how that feels. Look and see if this knee is a little more back than the other one. Take a breath, hover it up on the opposite side. Take a breath with you as you hold. 1, 2, 3. Be mindful what the other foot is doing. You want to keep it grounded. Inhale, we're kicking it out. Keep your posture tall. Engage through the core, kicking out without snapping the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it's comfortable, you keep it here, and now we twist to the left. Ring out a little bit. Come back to center. 2, 3. Come back to center, rest. See if they're now in alignment. Bring both feet out, flex your feet. Now when you flex your feet, you want your toes to come toward the nose. You're going to feel this right at the back of the legs. Soften the knees. When your knees are tight, is your jaw tight? Relax the shoulders down. Make it feel like it's an effortless lift. So we inhale and we lift up. Let it go. Breathe in and out. In and out. One more. In and out. Release your feet. Feel that. So when you're lifting your feet, this is a rhetorical question because you're not going to respond. Are you muscling your legs to lift it up? Or are you engaging the core right here at the Muladhara, that space between the belly button and the top of the pubic bone? So as you do this here, you want to feel like you're lifting up. You can hold the side of the chair if you need it. Work less. Isolate the internal contraction a little more. Take a breath. 1, relax your jaw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let it go. See how that feels. Inhale, lift this right leg, hand comes underneath, and we're just going to hinge out and in. Standing foot is pressing into the block. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, roll. 1, 2, 3. Notice the circle. Is it smooth? Are you struggling? Are you lifting your leg or are you rolling your knee? You want it to come from the hip. 5, 6, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stretch that leg, take a measurement. See if that leg is already just a little longer. Bring it in, opposite side, hand slides under. You're grounding yourself through the sitting bones, so you're not compensating by leaning right or left. I ground down, I lift up, I engage through my core muscles, and I hinge. 1. Press into the big toe and the foot of the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax your jaw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse your circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release that leg. Let it go. Now feel how much effort was the difference between the right and the left. You may have some, you may have none. Take a pause. Release your legs forward. Measure your legs. Hopefully they're the same. Give yourself a space between your feet. Flex your feet and point. So we're going to point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Opposite point and flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, as you're doing this, are you aware of here, right at the base? You have to, it's like a crochet hook. You want to tick, tuck, and lift, but it's not like you're engaging through the buttocks. It's just you're isolating this movement. So you're lifting up the pelvic floor, you're relaxing your shoulders, and you're pointing and flexing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release your feet. Tap, tap, tap. Innervate those nerve endings. Good. Pause. Widen your blocks. Now you want to ideally, if this is not comfortable for you, you adjust accordingly. I'm going to give myself a little bit of space behind my back. I want enough space so that when I come forward, I have space to allow my torso to come down as flat as I can through the back. Now the minute you get a twinge, you pause. Your feet are parallel, your toes are engaged. You breathe. Your shoulders are on the back so they're not flopping down. Inhale, slow lift. I'm keeping my gaze locked on the floor, on a spot that I can identify for myself to give myself focus. And then I inhale and I exhale slowly and come forward. Maybe come to the same spot, maybe come a little more forward. You go where it's comfortable for you. Take a breath. Elbows are in. See if you get a nice stretch through the back body. Inhale with intention. You're going to feel like you're pressing up against gravity. So we'll take a little effort. And then you exhale and you come as low as you can go comfortably. When you are at that point where you're just at the right spot for yourself, release your arms and just hang here and see if it flattens that back a little more. Keep your head an extension of the spine, so don't lift or release it toward the floor. Now roll right and left and see if you can release through the neck. Keep the jaw unclenched. Good. Release now. Take your breath with you as you go. I'm going to engage, nice flat back, slide up. The hands can come right to the tops of the knees. medium circle. Roll it around. See if you have a little more ease through the hips, through the sitting bones, maybe through the lower back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reverse your circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you come up, sitting up nice and tall, feel like your shoulders and your hips are in alignment. Arms come out to the side. In your star pose, I look to the right and to the left. Make sure my shoulders are down. I'm going to bring my elbows up. I want my jaw relaxed. My gaze is soft, and I pulse back. 1. Tuck the belly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Press into the big toe. 6. Come forward, press in like you're pushing against taffy. 1, and then pull it out. 2, 3, don't let the jaw get involved. 4, gaze is soft. 5, 6. Then when I open it up, I'm going to release that left arm, cross the right arm over. I'm going to bring the left arm up as if it's in front of my face. My right hand is straight. I'm rolling to the left. I'm keeping my gaze forward. And I breathe. Now, if this right shoulder is popping up, soften it down. Take a breath. 4, 5, 6. Release. Opposite side. And roll. Gazes to the front to start. Breathe. Monitor how you are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back to center. Medium circle. Roll it around. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Gentle movement here. So we're going to rock. Left shoulder to the right. Pause. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it go. Push out all the air. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, push out all the air. Inhale, lift up. Push out all the air. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. When I bring it all the way up, bring your blocks together. Give yourself some space between, and we're going to move the spine. So I'm going to curl back into my cat and inhale and lift up into my dog. Amazingly enough, the cat and dog has so many benefits. You get a lot of bang for your buck. It lengthens the spine. It moves out the kinks within the length of the spine. It allows the body to slow down. It feels almost like a gentle wave as you inhale and bring the breath up. And you exhale and you curl and release into your cat back. But it is also fabulous for leveling out and easing and releasing through the pelvic girdle. So you want to pay attention. Gaze is soft, teeth are not engaged. You want to make it feel like it's an effortless flow. Pushing it, going faster, doesn't necessarily mean you get as much bang for your buck. Last one. When you curl back, tuck your chin, shoulders down, ripple up, and see if you feel just a little taller. Take a breath. Feel your feet. Notice your hips. Feel your spine. You want to feel as if your ribs are stacked. What I mean by that is you don't want to feel like you're collapsing the ribs into the lungs. You want to feel as if you're as tall as you can be. Now, I'm gonna curl and kind of curl and tuck, 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 roll the shoulders in. Inhale, like inhale, open up the shoulders, lift the chin. Exhale, don't throw the head back. Isolate the movement. Inhale, shoulders come down and away. You're opening from the sternum to the shoulders. Exhale, you're curling it in. One more. Inhale, you're lifting and opening. Take a breath. Exhale, just come to neutral. See how you feel. Stir the pot. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 1, 2, 3. Now, feel your face. Notice where you're warmer. Notice all sensations you've engaged. Feel your posture. Now, I want to address the jaw. So I'm going to start by releasing tension in the vagus nerve. So I'm going to take my thumb, and I'm going to come right when I open my jaw. I'm going to stick my thumb right there. And now listen, you're not pinching so far hard that you're going to wind up with a bruise, okay? And you're not stopping your jugular vein. You're pinching gently here. And I'm going to take my thumb and just roll my chin a little bit as this elbow comes here. Gentle. Relax the jaw. Soften the eyes. Notice how painful it may feel. And then release. And you roll the other side. Take a breath. Roll the chin. This side feels different to me. This is definitely needs more attention. I know this about myself. So I don't judge. And then you come back to center. Now I'm going to pinch again. You can change the position. Just pinch and relax the jaw. So when the fascia gets tight and the jaw is tight, it impacts ears, throat, neck, shoulders, back of the head, length of the spine, creates this sensation that you can't land your thoughts. And now release that and notice what you feel. Pay attention to your jaw. This space, if this is the first part of the knuckle, first and second knuckle, like you're making a 7, I'm going to bring my thumbs over. I'm going to bring this flat part of my knuckle from the jaw, from the hinge of the jaw to the chin. And my elbows come out, and I'm gently pressing in. And you're lifting up and relaxing the mouth. Exhale, let it go. It's like you want to feel like you're pushing against a balloon that's full of air. Relax your eyes. Push in, breathe. Exhale, let it go. Push in. Let it go. What are your feet doing? Keep your feet grounded. Big toes engaged. One more. Now relax. Now, if you got a yawn, that's an A. Open and close your mouth and see if you have a little more space here. Don't overwork it. Good. 2 fingers. When you open your jaw, you're just going to massage all of this. So what you're doing is, if your jaw is really tight and all the tendons and the muscles and the fascia are tight, it has nowhere to move. So you want to just soften and relax your eyes. Ask yourself, am I overthinking, over-worrying, overreacting, overstressed, overwhelmed, over-processed, overly tired, overly fatigued? And notice if one side feels different than the other. Good, now pause and feel that. Now, even though we're working on the jaw, imagine you're drawing a line straight down to the top of the shoulders, right above the clavicle. Give yourself a little massage here. Just kind of little circles. And now come out to the little more. Notice as you come across the top of the clavicle, if one side is tighter than the other. And then come out a little more. This spot right here from the shoulder down in an angle is where you hold stress, anger, fatigue, worry, preoccupation. Now, if you have a shoulder injury, be mindful. Good. I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to bring it to my left shoulder. I'm going to hold my left hand on my elbow. I'm going to use this as a triangle to release the right side of the ribs. I press down, I lift up, I release the jaw. Now, you don't have to have your mouth hanging open. You can keep your teeth unclenched and your lips softly touching. You just want to feel the sensation that the shoulders moving down from the ear and the jaw. Now roll your head. And notice where your tongue is. So if your tongue doesn't know where to land, just press the tip of the tongue behind the two front teeth. And now pause and relax. Measure, see if that arm that we just did is a little longer. Left side comes in just below the shoulder. I hold the elbow, I create this triangle here, little weight. I take a breath, I lift up, shoulders down and back, sitting up nice and tall, rock. Relax around the eyes. Notice all the places that you may be holding tension in your face. Notice if your legs start to splay out. So they lose their connection and they kind of walk out. So you want to keep that engagement so you feel that connection right to left. And pause. Now measure. Hopefully it's the same. Sit back in the chair. We're going to rock. Keep the shoulders down. Now when I go to the right, this left hip has to stay down. And I'm going to roll my chin to the left. And then I bring my head and arms to center. And then I roll to the left, chin to the right, shoulder down. And I make it small and even and slow. Gaze is soft. I'm using the back of the chair to create a little massage. One more. Good, come back to center. Only if you're comfortable, you can invert your fingers, bend that right elbow, look forward, and then left. So if you have tightness underneath the shoulder blade, don't pull it. You're just gently rocking, gently. Now, if you are a pool person, and we're quickly coming into pool season, you go into a pool, you stand where the water is just here, or you can bring it, it doesn't have to be high. You want to do this in water, you get some nice resistance. Roll the shoulders and down. Bring the breath with you, up and down, and up and down, one more, and up and down, and reverse, and up, and down, and up, and around, and keep the breath moving. Last one. Now relax your arms, notice all sensations. Feel your posture. Notice how you're sitting in the chair. Look for the subtle body messages your body's giving you. Feel your feet, see if your feet feel warmer. Now, I just want to stretch a little bit more. If you don't have great flexibility through your legs and feet, you want to work on that because longevity is directly correlated to stability and strength and flexibility in your legs and feet. Now, I'm going to hold the back of the chair, squeeze the shoulders on the back. Now, I'm going to start with my right foot, and I'm just going to press the toes and get a curl here. You're going to feel it all the way up. Now, what's your jaw doing? Where's your chin? If you're here, this is not where you want to be. You want to back off and settle down. Tuck the belly, relax your face, smile, and then release that and feel that. And then switch to the other side. So relax your shoulders. Down, down, nice. Breathe. Now, if you really want a challenge, good luck. You're going to do both toes. Breathe. Sit up nice and tall. 3 breaths. This is a lot of work. Release your feet, press the toes in, rock them out. Now, when you bring yourself back right here, feel where you've created a shift. If you can't find the shift, it just means you just need to practice more, you'll find it. Now we're going to curl the spine. I want to feel the spine. I want to roll as far forward as I can. Inhale, lift up, take a big breath, hold it for 3. 1, 2, teeth are not engaged. 3, eyes are soft. Curl back, as big a curl as you can. Curl, curl, curl into the back body. Hold it for 3. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Ripple the spine. Feel like as you're stacking the spine one over the other and you're bringing it up, your ribs are aligning better. And take a breath. I'm going to sit myself gently back into the chair. Bring my feet again, just like we started. Now, I'm going to touch my thumb to my ring finger, and I'm going to rest my hands right in my lap. This connects to the lungs, but it also grounds, balances, and supports you. So as you press in right here, focus on the things that keep you in balance. Hydration, good food, resting, walking, breathing, stretching, maybe doing creative work, listening to music, reading a book, stopping to meditate, pausing. As you press here, feel where you get an action and reaction. You should feel it in the lung area, and you breathe. Good. Now touch your thumb to your pinky fingers. This is about the fluids in the body connecting to water, but it's also about that flow. When water flows, it washes away, but it also hydrates. It brings in clarity. It removes stuff. It brings in energy. So this is about letting go of something that totally takes over your mind, your thoughts, your body, your spirit, so that you can let go of something to receive something else. And as you press here, again, notice where you get an action within your body. You may feel it lower in the belly. Three breaths. See if something shifts and settles. Good. Now I'm going to touch my thumb to my middle finger. This is the space around the heart. Now as I breathe in, I want to hold the things that I treasure here, and I want to let go of things, emotions, worries, fears, whatever it is that creates that sense of being off balance emotionally. 3 breaths right here. Notice where the breath is now. Keep the jaw from touching each other's teeth. Good. Now, move thumb to the index finger. You want to feel the breath all the way down into the solar plexus. This taps into digestion. So what you want to do is, what do you need to digest? And it's not just food. Emotions, worry, healing, how to heal, when to heal, the process of healing, going with the flow of healing, whatever it is that you need for yourself. You want to breathe in 3 and exhale 3. And notice when you press, hopefully evenly into each finger, notice where the breath moves. And this becomes your breathing meditation. And when you come to the last and you finish, thumb comes in so that the thumb comes across to the base of the pinky finger. I curl my fingers over. I'm not squeezing the thumb tightly. I want to notice right at the base of the sternum. I want to relax my shoulders down, tuck the lumbar spine. You're saying to yourself, in all ways and always, I am calm in the center of my being. And you breathe 3 times. And then when you're ready, left hand to the top of the chest, right hand to the belly. And you want to feel the whole length of the breath. I'm calm, I'm relaxed, I am at ease. I am breathing in and I am breathing out at a rate that is comfortable and healing for me. I am letting go of what no longer serves me, and I am open to receiving the gifts that I need for myself today. I breathe in with awareness. I exhale with awareness. I breathe in calmness. I exhale calmness. I am warm, I am relaxed, I am at ease. I am noticing all sensations that I have engaged for myself today. My mind is calm, relaxed, but reflective. Without overthinking, I am in stillness right at this moment. For the next few breaths, I have nowhere to go and nothing to do but to be still and present in my mind, my body, my heart, my spirit, my space. And then as the bowl fades, give yourself a compliment. What do you notice now that you didn't notice before? And now open up your arms as big as you can. Stretch it all out. Inhale, lift up, lean back a little bit. Exhale and release anything else that no longer serves you. So when you sweep your hands again, you're a vehicle for receiving peace, happiness, contentment, healing, courage, patience, opportunity, creativity, possibility, listening to your intuition, being aware of inspiration, allowing yourself to be still in your body, relaxed in your mind, strong and flexible, and giving yourself permission to be who you are meant to be in this world without an effort. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Have a great day. See you next time. Don't forget to hydrate.